Just got back from an international trip. We're going to talk to the former mayor of the great city of New York, Rudy Giuliani, about that in just a minute. But you said that as soon as you got off the plane, you did turn on Fox and Friends.
Yeah, I rushed home. I took a shower. I had you on. I heard Dakota Meyer. And I heard his very interesting distinction, which I thought is a very good one. I mean, I've always felt...
You know what? You heard it. They didn't hear it yet.
Oh, yeah, let's play it. And just
We've got a soundbite from former Defense Secretary Robert Gates talking about how this administration needs a new ISIS strategy. And then Dakota Meyer, the Medal of Honor recipient, responds. Listen.
I think we set unrealistic goals for ourselves when we say we're going to destroy the Taliban, we're going to destroy al-Qaeda. I mean, we've been after al-Qaeda with all of the resources of the American military and intelligence community for 14 years now, and we haven't destroyed it. So I think a different kind of strategy in terms of how do we, first of all, how do we contain them, and then how do we limit their ability to carry out these attacks and these atrocities.
The issue I have is you've got, Secretary Gates coming out and talking about the administration now. You've got, these other general officers coming out and saying, well, this is wrong, this is wrong. Look, what happened when you were in position to do it? What happened to when you could make a difference and you were standing there across from the boss and saying that's how it is? I mean, look, that's why Secretary Hagel's having to leave, because he was standing there saying it how it is.
You think there's a lot of validation to what he said?
Yeah, I do. Having been a mayor in 8 years, I had a lot of commissioners. I'd feel very offended if all of a sudden now they said, oh, we should have done this, and then they never said it to me at the time. I like Secretary Gates very much, admire him a lot, but I've always felt uncomfortable with those tell-all books after you leave office.
Leon Panetta too.
But I don't agree with Secretary Gates. I see this as something like the Cold War, where every president until Ronald Reagan wanted détente with the Soviet Union. And then Ronald Reagan said, no, communism is evil. It's not just a alternative political philosophy. Socialism is an alternative political philosophy. Communism is evil, and it's going to be our job, maybe in this generation or the next, to destroy it.
Right. Yeah.
And I feel the same thing here. We have to destroy Islamic extremist terrorism if we're going to be safe in the world.
With other people, and we have motivated people now, because Jordan is now motivated, sadly, because what's going on with their pilot. Japan is now motivated. Paris, France is now motivated. This is a window of opportunity to build a legitimate coalition.
There's a chance to work with Russia on that also. I mean, what's going on in Chechnya other than Islamic extremist terrorism? We even took the brunt of it with the Boston Marathon bombing.
Absolutely. You just got off the plane from Israel.
I did. I was in Israel for 3 days. I met with the Prime Minister twice. Yesterday we did a function at the Begin Center. The day before I had a long chance to talk with him. I'm very encouraged that his position is firm and strong. It's my view that he represents the position that I agree with. I find this whole thing...
And Netanyahu, Bibi Netanyahu, is going to be speaking before a joint session of Congress. The White House doesn't like it.
In March.
Well, this I don't understand. The president, supposedly, our president's president of a democracy, what is he afraid of? What is he afraid of what Bibi Netanyahu is going to say to Congress that hasn't already been said or argued? People like Netanyahu, McCain, myself, a whole bunch of other people, feel that Iran should not have nuclear capacity. You should not put, at all. You should not put nuclear capacity in the hands of madmen. That's a lesson of the Cold War I learned from working for Ronald Reagan. Ronald Reagan's great fear and why he hated the idea of mutually assured destruction was, all you have to do is make a mistake and have a madman in either place, more likely it would have been the Soviet Union, that likes pressing buttons. And these people have announced to us they're madmen. They've actually said that they're going to destroy the state of Israel. Suppose a country near the United States, let's pick one. Venezuela. That's a good one. Suppose they decided they were going to have nuclear weapons. Not only that, but they announced beforehand that they're going to attack the United States. What will the United States president do other than what Prime Minister Netanyahu is doing to protect his people, but to oppose that in every possible way that he could?
Right. And the timing's impeccable, because we've got this, then we have the deadline of the nuclear talks, and then we have the elections.
President's in Neverland. Yeah. I mean, this is not a president who really seems to understand terrorism. If you can't say the words Islamic extremist terrorism, you're telling me you're in some kind of Neverland,
right?
Some left-wing foggy,
Well,
never
the president
land
said
about the threat to this country.
he doesn't
And
quibble about labels.
Lives are at stake. You got to quibble about labels. Labels are important.
Absolutely.
You got to identify your enemy. If I didn't identify the enemy as the mafia, I'm not sure we would have brought down the 5 families.
All right. Thank you so much, Mayor, for being with us. Good to
Thank you.
see you.